The Rockets are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. The Timberwolves looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Thank you for being with us. 2K Sports brings you the NBA Live this Saturday afternoon broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Here's the starting group for Houston. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Trevor Ariza out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Harden inside the three-point line. Second chance shot, and the rejection by Towns. Outside T. Wiggins outside. Towns a screen on Harden. Off the screen. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
And so it's Minnesota with it.
When I watch Taj Gibson, I'm always impressed with his hustle and his quick feet. I mean, he knows what to do. He knows what move he wants to execute, and he executes very fast. He often defenders can't set up on him before he's going to work.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Ariza against Butler. 6 to shoot. Over Ariza.
Well, that's just a sensational effort on D from Ariza, using his long arms exceptionally to guard the shot.
Pass to Harden. Paul outside. Back to Harden. Paul outside. Screen by Capella. Call with the buckets. And with Gibson, the quickness he has at his position is a big benefit for him. Great for when he faces up, too.
Yeah, Kevin, he has a great one-bounce move when he's facing up in the paint or elbow. He also does a great job to flash open the space and get a shot up fast.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Gibson setting the pick for Butler. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Shot clock at 2. Buries it from three-point range.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Now, here's Capella from deep. Harden. Offensive rebound. Tries again, and it's Capella missing.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Wiggins dishes to Butler. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Harden kicks to Ariza. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 3. Ariza's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, you just love how Harden moves the rock. When a teammate is wide open, he gets it to him so fast.
Outside Teague. Right wing. Here's Towns. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Paul passes to Ariza. Back to Paul. Screen by Capella. Paul dishes to Capella. Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
How about the ferocity from Butler? Just exploding to the rim to take that one home as soon as the lane opened up.
Now here's Harden. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Here's Teague. Passes it to Butler. Kicks to Towns. Shoots over Capella. Another miss by Towns. The Rockets have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Here's Paul. He feeds it to Tucker. Capella with a screen on Gibson. Here's Tucker, and it's blocked by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Now T, looking for his first basket still in this one. 7-foot shot, and Capella sends it back. Here's Towns, and finally they hit one.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Here's Paul after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Lob pass to Capella. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Paul with the ball. He's got 7. Excellent use of the screen that time. Harden's got his first basket.
Oh, he's only 1 for 4 to start. He has just not been able to get it going.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And he knocks down the first one. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Now here's Ariza. There's the pick. Feeds to Paul. Over Teague. And it's Paul missing.
Even with the miss, that's a jumper he'll keep taking as long as they keep leaving him open.
Teague kicks to Gibson. And there's the feed to Towns. Shoots over Capella. That one wide left.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Paul passes to Ariza. Back to Paul. Screen by Capella. In the corner. Harden. 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Capella. The shot comes out. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. T kicks to Towns. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor. Already an elite post scorer. But Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? You know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. So to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, here's Green. Nene unable to get his shot to go. Butler with the steal. Unhindered, going all the way. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
How about the speed there from Butler? Just a knack for knowing where to run in transition.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now here's Paul. He's got 7. Green dishes to Paul. Nene setting the pick for Paul. Shot to end this cold run, and there's the play by Nene inside. Nene's got his first 2 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Butler kicks to Rose. There's the pass to Bielitsa. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. That one, no good. And it's Houston the other way. Paul is screen on Rose. Johnson the screen. Inside, Paul. Gordon for 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one. Rose kicks to Towns. Outside Butler. Fires from the wing. And he gets the bucket. Towns has got the game tied up here for Minnesota.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
Nene, the pass to Gordon. Over Crawford. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 2.
Nice. He snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
Rose kicks to Crawford. Drills the three-pointer. Crawford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Ball against Rose. Joe Johnston on the wing. And some nice passing there by Houston. Nene setting the pick for Paul. On the wing, Green. The three-pointer, no good. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And that one's good by Butler.
And how about Butler just rising up from there? A solid shooter when he's in that mid-range area.
Green with a screen on Towns. Outside Gordon. This one for 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Crawford outside. Pass to Bielitsa. Towns sets the pick for Butler to the inside. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Well, Jimmy Butler known for his scoring, Chris, and his defense, but he's also a very good distributor of the ball as well.
Well, I love the fact that Butler minimizes his turnovers. He has an assist-to-turnover ratio that's pretty similar to most point guards.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Butler. And, Chris, many thought that after the Rockets let Dwight Howard go, they would have a slight rebuilding phase. Turns out they were just reloading. You were a surprise contender last season.
They did sneak up on some teams with how well they played early on. Front office did a great job retooling the team, great coaching job. And now with Paul in the mix, they're one of the scariest teams, at least on paper, in the league.
Minnesota in the lead. Rose kicks to Zhang to the left side wing. Outside Rose. At the top of the key, Zhang. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Timberwolves may yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
And the basket by Gordon.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality-looking side.
Rose kicks to Towns. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Wants to get it to Rose, and does. And the shot is good. Rose has got his first bucket in this one.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Green with a screen for Gordon. He kicks it to Green. Nene, the screen. 1 second left. And Green with the lay-in.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah. T-Wall, what up? Ali, what up? Yeah. Living like Khaled.
And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second-chance points.
Well, obviously, that was the game plan coming in. Be physical right off the rip.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Crawford out there with Bialise. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's Gorgie Deng. And it's Jones in at the 1 spot. Now Rose following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
Paul against Jones. Now the dish to Rose. It's Bialisa, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bialisa's got the lead up to 3 now for Minnesota.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
Paul is screen on Rose. Shot off the screen. Offensive rebound. Nene kicks it out to Paul. The Rockets again can't hit.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Zhang, a screen. Here's Rose. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Ball against Jones. Paul with the buckets. Paul's got 11.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Nene setting the pick for Green. Back to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Nene, the screen. Gordon with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. That doesn't go either for Gordon. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Crawford leading the charge. Dishes it to Jones. Pass to Rose. Jones sets the pick for Jang. Jang, a screen. And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Taj Gibson's checked in for Bielitsa, and Wiggins is subbed in for Rose. And then for Houston, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. P.J. Tucker comes in for Johnson. And it's James Harden in for Paul. Now here's Jang. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And it's Wiggins missing. Rockets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Jones against Harden. Now here's Tucker. He's tightly guarded. And the rejection by Jang. Now here's Crawford. Kicks to Jones. Jang, a screen. Back to Crawford. Cranes the three-pointer. Crawford's got 6. I want to talk about a coach who's known for bringing offense to a team. Then Mike D'Antoni is your guy. Widely regarded, Chris, as one of the best offensive coaches in the league and is the godfather, many say, of the 7 seconds or less style of play.
Yeah, you look up at how this team runs their sets and pushes the tempo. It reminds you a bit of how the old D'Antoni Suns played. Certainly whatever team D'Antoni coaches, they're going to have some entertaining and up-tempo play.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Crawford outside. Gibson the screen. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Step back shot. Another miss by Harden.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Crawford dishes to Wiggins. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And a switch here also for Houston. Ariza's checked in. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wiggins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Rockets trail by 9. Deflects the pass. A nice shot by Tucker. Here's T. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Outside, Jones. Pass to Wiggins. Gibson the screen. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Clint Capella.
And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good. And Wiggins, his young career, just getting better and better at scoring, Greg, while increasing his workload.
Yeah, and very few scorers can do that, especially from that two-guard spot. Wiggins has that special talent where he can flat out carry an offense. Scary to think that this is a kid who is just scratching the surface.
Good on both. Well, there are a lot of players who seemingly have ice in their veins when the game is on the line. They do not blink. When you think about those kind of players, who might be the most mentally tough in the league right now?
Well, it's so hard to tell who really is mentally tough because you don't know what these guys are thinking. But I know who looks like just cold stone, just merciless players out there, and that's Kawhi Leonard because you never know. You know Kawhi is a nice guy, but you know he'll shoot a shot that'll end the game and then just give you such a cold look. And I think Isaiah Thomas is that way. I mean, I think so many players, of course, LeBron, Curry have been that way their whole career. But Kawhi Leonard seems to be that next coming of ice in his veins.
Harden gets to Ariza. Back to Harden. Screen by Capella. Out to the right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the pick. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Tucker.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Zhang, a screen. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. T kicks to Wiggins. Here's Gibson. And it comes off the front of the rim. Rockets trail by 7. And here's Ariza outside Gordon. Capella with a screen on Wiggins. From deep, Harden. Nailed from three-point land. And now just a 4-point Timberwolves lead. Minnesota's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Outside T. He feeds it to Gibson. A three-pointer. Wiggins. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Harden the pass to Capella. Ariza against Butler. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What amazing concentration from Ariza. So good at welcoming these hits and finishing his style. Trevor Ariza, the veteran out of UCLA, he still gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. He's great in transition. He can hit shots from anywhere, but, you know, he's always been a leader.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And with Ariza, you think back to when he was a young player finding his way in this NBA out of UCLA, and Kobe took him under his wing when they played together for the Lakers, and now he is paying it forward. He's helping young players.
Yeah, he has a great work ethic instilled in him from his time with Kobe. He's always been a leader. He knows how things work in this league, and Ariza, he's showing all the younger players on his team the ins and outs of how to succeed.
From deep, Harden. The rebound by Gibson. Timberwolves leading by 3. Now T. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Towns, the screen. Here's Wiggins. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Screen by Capella. Gordon kicks to Capella. Harden outside. Puts up a three. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. Ball checked in for Eric Gordon. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. T dishes to Butler. Towns a screen on Ariza. The fader. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Screen by Capella. The three from Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, check this out. He didn't have any threes in the first, but he kept shooting, and now he just knocked down his second in a row.
Towns, the pass to Wiggins. Towns, the screen. Wiggins drives in. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. He's off on the first. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Rose is checked in. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Strong take to get the foul there after not getting it there in the first quarter.
Got that one up quick. Now just a 2-point Timberwolves lead.
Yeah, and it only takes a few shots for Paul to get going. The D has got to be worried.
Towns, the screen. Down low. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And Chris, so many of us involved with the NBA, either as broadcasters or players, had a moment where they just knew that this was the game for us. Did you ever have that moment? And if so, Chris, when did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
Wow, that's a great question, Kev. You know what? I have so many signature moments in my life that continually made me fall in love. I don't know if there's just one. You know, I remember, for instance, Isaiah Thomas, after he won the All-Star game, I believe it was like 86, 87, and after he had his mom come up and his mom did the interview with him, and I was there with my mom, and I remember thinking to myself, man, that would be a cool moment. Or watching Magic Johnson hoist up a championship because he was from Michigan, and I had followed his career the whole time. And so watching him win a championship, or how about those great Magic Johnson, Larry Bird commercials back when they got out the limo and were looking at each other, you know, that type of stuff. So, man, so many great moments, man. I can't pick one, but there's so many great moments.
Great moments indeed. Rose gets to Wiggins. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Outside Butler, 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Timberwolves working now with the new shot clock. Yep, that one goes. 18 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Back to Tucker. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Towns. And it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Feeds it to Tucker. Shot clock at 6. Nene with the screen on Gibson. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 6 here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Good, and as this goes to town. Butler's got 11.
And this is an element of Butler's game that is deadly. He's as consistent as it gets rising up off the pass.
Harden outside. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls.
And Harden was the runner-up for the MVP award in 2015, a dynamite player, and continues to excel in all aspects of the game.
And so he makes both from the line.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
A 3 off the inbound. Drills it from outside. Harden's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Oh, and that catch-and-shoot Jay from Harden is unblockable, just quickly shooting off the pass.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Minnesota on top. They lead by a bucket. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel O'Neal. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven this far.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Rockets trail. So on the floor for Houston. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. For the tie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself. But in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Butler. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's 13 points for Butler.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Ariza with it. Butler covering. Ariza kicks to Paul. The feed to Tucker for the lead. A three-pointer is right on target. Tucker's got 9 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Teague gets to Wiggins. Towns the screen. Andrew Wiggins, and that's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting.
The pass to Harden. To the middle. Here's Capella. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Towns.
Oh, man, and the 6'10" frame of Capella. I mean, when it's close inside, he's a huge threat to put the ball in the bucket.
And one reason why the Rockets were okay with letting Dwight Howard leave was because they knew that Clint Capella could fill that role. He quietly gives this team that finisher down on the block, and he has been absolutely, Chris, huge for the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, maybe the best in the league at finishing off lobs last year. Not the most spectacular, but the most consistent last year on that pick and roll because he's so active without the ball. Always moving, giving guards a target, great hands to catch and finish.
Well, you knew that the Rockets were going to be an offensive juggernaut with their roster and Mike D'Antoni at the helm, but seeing it in action is still jaw-dropping at times. I mean, you're amazed. They can put up a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah, and the team plays at an incredibly high pace, which accounts for some of their big numbers. But they do a good job of finding smart shots and making the most of their possessions. This team can truly be scary when they're clicking.
Rumors about Butler being traded from Chicago were circulating last season. Draft day comes around, and Minnesota Timberwolves made their move, Greg, to acquire him.
Yeah, and the more you look at it, the trade looks great for Butler and the Wolves. Reunites him with Coach Thibodeau, joins an incredibly young core in Towns and Wiggins, and the sky's the limit, I think, for this young Wolves team.
Ariza just totally broke down the defense, exploiting any space they gave him off that pass.
Teague dishes to Towns. Pass to Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. They get the rebound. Capella with the bucket.
Oh, man, Capella absolutely destroys the opposition on the offensive glass, using that gigantic body of his to snag down second chance opportunity.
Teague, the pass to Towns. Inside, stolen by Harden. Ariza outside. Wiggins against Harden. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wiggins, a screen on Harden. Open shot, Butler. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Butler kicks to Towns. Shoots over Capella. Not enough on that one as it misses. Rockets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 5 points in the quarter.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Outside T. Wiggins against Harden. Wiggins dishes to Towns. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And it's off from three-point range. Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. The dish to Butler. Towns, the screen. Butler attacking to the middle. Poke loose. Paul with the ball. He's got 13. Screen by Capella. Here's the screen. Butler against Ariza. Paul left side. 4 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And Capella with a nice bucket inside. Capella's got the lead up to 3 now for the Rockets. T kicks to Butler. He dishes it to Gibson. Pass to Butler. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Trying to get back on track. Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got 6. Houston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Paul gets to Ariza. One-on-one here. Here's Teague. Not going to go that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Paul, right side. Harden the pass to Capella. Ariza with it. Butler covering. Harden outside. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Towns. Here's Teague. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 6 assists now in the game.
And when Teague is knocking down the pull-up Jays, it's just devastating for defenders. There is no slowing.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Tyus Jones comes in for Wiggins. Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for Chris Paul. For 3, Gordon. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Dishes it to Jones. Green against Crawford. Towns the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And Capella sends it back. And he gets it back. They get it back. And the shot goes in. 8 points for Taj Gibson.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just effort points.
Gordon gets to Ariza. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. The baseline J. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
A frustrating start to this quarter.
Crawford outside. Towns the screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And now a 5-point Minnesota lead.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And the wide-open shot from Green. The offensive rebound, Capella. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
Kicks to Towns. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish. And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Teague. And a switch here also for Houston. Nene is checked in.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And the book on T, Greg, is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
Towns, the screen. Rose kicks to Towns. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 22 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Now here's Gordon. He's got 8. Nene dishes to Harden. Stolen by Rose. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Rose with the ball. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And a guy who's averaged as many as 7 free throws a game in his career, Rose knows how to get to the line. And with D. Rose going through the free agent process this past summer, very different market than when he first signed his big extension back in 2012. But still, there were teams that wanted what he has to offer, and he'll make an impact.
The free throw drops for Rose. And for Rose in his free agency, he isn't, Greg, the same player he once was, but he can still run a team, and he can get you some points.
Yeah, and his leadership is a big part of the package now. He can be a good mentor to upcoming guards in an organization, act as kind of that bridge, if you will, for a team, or that missing piece for a franchise looking to make a run.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Gordon kicks to Ariza. Here's Capella. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Towns, the pass to Butler. Yep, it counts. Butler's got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Capella with a screen on Butler. Green dishes to Gordon. Capella sets a screen for Gordon. Clock at 4. With the shot. Houston gets it back.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for him.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need. He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half. And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for him.
Towns, the screen. And they call an illegal screen here.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? As far as taking care of the basketball, immaculate at halftime, but he's had too many miscues here in the second half.
Rockets trail by 6. Harden outside. He kicks to Ariza. Green against Butler. Green, the pass to Capella. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Capella's got 10 points here in the second half.
What a total 180-degree turn here. He wasn't making anything in the first half, but he looks like a totally different player now in the second half.
Towns sets the pick for Crawford. Free throw line jump shot. That one drops for him. Crawford's got 4 points in the quarter.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
Ariza kicks to Green. Back to Ariza. And Gibson sends it back.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
Crawford outside. Passes it to Towns. And the three ball is good. And now a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Gordon dishes to Green. He feeds it to Hart. Green kicks to Gordon. Capella sets a screen for Gordon. Takes a three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Butler kicks to Rose. Here's Towns. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action after this word. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Defensively, we got to do a better job. You got to shut the paint down, you got to challenge shots, and you got to finish.
Tom Thibodeau wanted to see some passion out there on defense as well as conversions on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, they're making some plays out there overall, but stopping shots and making shots, essential areas where he feels they have to improve.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Rose is out there with Crawford. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Rockets trail by 9. Outside Gordon. Over Crawford. Again, the miss by Gordon.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
Feeds to Crawford. The pass to Butler. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Butler's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Timberwolves. Harden kicks to Capella. They kick it out to Green. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Chris Paul subbed in for James Harden. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Gordon kicks to Paul. 5 to shoot. Lob pass to Capella.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Crawford kicks to Gibson. Back to Crawford. Gibson setting the pick for Crawford. High, arcing shot, rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Gordon. Capella with a screen on Crawford. Here's Gordon. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And this is why you have to involve Gordon. A pick-and-roll genius. A high percentage shooter in these sets.
Towns the screen. Rose kicks to Gibson. Here's Here's Butler, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Minnesota making a switch. Wiggins is checked in. Rockets trail by 7. Here's the screen. Low block shot on the way, and it's Gordon missing. Minnesota's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Wiggins, right side. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Green passes to Paul. To the wing on the left. Rocket 6. Here's Tucker. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
I really like how Capella plays within the offense. So great at using his huge body to set screens.
The feed now to Gibson. Towns the screen. Rose attacking, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Shooting for Minnesota.
And it's really all about the evolution of Derrick Rose, finding out how to be more effective at this stage of his career. And, you know, I think he's done a good job of not relying on his outside shot as much. Still can attack and get to the rim, and it's starting to lead to better results.
Free throw, good, Rose. For Rose, the outside shot was something that never really recovered after his injuries, Greg, but he is still a dangerous scorer without that tool.
One of the better finishers still at the rim in the league in terms of guards. His decision to go inside more helped bump that field goal percentage up last season. Not everyone can adjust their game, but Rose managed to do it seamlessly.
To the paint, it's tipped out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Teague is checked in for Minnesota. Timberwolves leading by 6. Towns a screen on Paul. Gibson the screen. Wiggins outside. Back to Teague. Towns a screen on Paul. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it from the elbow. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
And that is a shot Teague loves to take whenever he gets a look at the rim.
Here's Paul. Rebound, Minnesota. Gibson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Butler with the ball. Now Green defending. Towns the screen. T kicks to Gibson. Pass to Butler. Gordon against Wiggins. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Rockets trail by 8. Bobbed up there for Green. Butler with the steal. And Teague has it in the corner. It's a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Full 24-second shot clock. Second shot opportunity. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Towns has got 11 points here in just the second half. Timeout called the Rockets. Well, for so much of his early career, Taj Gibson has been a sixth man or reserve for his team. But Chris, it now appears he has finally claimed a role as a starter, and he's provided the same production as before.
Sometimes players try to do too much as a starter or let it affect how they play. Gibson, he just keeps on trucking and puts up good numbers.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. And the first one drops.
Wow, and the big man Capella has proven to be a reliable role player, a strong physical presence who takes smart shots and contributes well on D.
No good on the second free throw.
After being a little hesitant in the first, he looked much more intent on getting himself to the stripe.
Towns, the screen. T kicks to Towns. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Rockets trail by 9. Gordon dishes to Paul. It's Ariza on the wing. Outside Gordon. And stolen by Wiggins. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Up top, Capella. Paul outside. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Capella. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy pass.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Outside Teague. Towns sets the pick for Teague. Chris Paul grabs the miss.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
To the middle. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. T kicks to Towns. And Capella sends it back. Left side, Ariza. And Ariza with the stuff.
Oh, you got to respect the fearlessness of Ariza, slamming it through in style.
Minnesota's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Teague, the pass to Butler. Towns, the screen. Back to Teague. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you pay.
Ariza kicks to Capella. Gordon a screen. Capella with a screen on Teague. Here's Paul. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
Here's Teague. The dish to Gibson. There's the pick. Wiggins kicks to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
You're right. They are precise in how they ran that play. Exceptional timing. That's all good stuff.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Houston. James Harden comes in for Eric Gordon. Timberwolves leading by 12. Outside Teague, pass to Wiggins. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Butler kicks to Wiggins. Towns with it, working on Black. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And last season, the Rockets retired Yao Ming's number for the organization, a career cut short by injuries, but he was such a huge part of the history here, and it was great to see that honor bestowed on him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Yao Ming, one of the largest players I've ever seen in this game. I remember having to go up against him. He was so skilled for a player his size, had some great battles.
shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
He's checked in for Tarek Black. Both good from the line that time. Rockets trail by 14. Paul outside. Kicks it out to Harden. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
2.
First one falls for him. And Chris, when you see Harden coming down the lane at you, there is a very short list of players who can instill that much fear. Pretty much him, Westbrook and LeBron. Each have their own style, and Harden's might be the most refined of all of them.
Well, that's why he gets to the line so much. Speed, his handles, his ability to pull back on the 3, his Euro step. When Harden gets going downhill like that, you just don't have an answer.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Towns. The Rockets pull it in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Ariza against Butler. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Ariza.
It's clear to me. Is it clear to you that Ariza feels at home in the post? I mean, just working his way inside and nailing these quality shots.
They set the pick. Wiggins with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Towns, a screen on Harden. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
And the Rockets making a change here. Onuaku's checked in.
One shot.
Rockets trail by 13. Timeout call for Rockets. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The D has no answer for him inside, and they better figure him out soon if they want to win this one.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Dishes to Paul. Nene, the screen. Back to Harden. Puts up a 3. And a great assist by Pauls. That one goes in. Pauls got his 9th assist in the game now. Kicks it to Gibson. Back to Teague. It's deflected. Ball against Teague. Here's Paul. They set the pick. Harden outside. Nene, the screen. 6 to shoot. Towns with the steal. He can't hit that time. Rockets trail by 10. Harden draws the double. Puts it up from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And that's now 6 points for Nene.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Teague dishes to Butler. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Towns sets the pick for Teague. They grab their own miss, and that one is off. Houston now, time running out. Outside Ariza. And here's Harden for 3. It's not going to go for him. So Minnesota will take it the other way. 1:10 left here in the fourth quarter. T kicks to Towns. Over Nene. And Towns the bucket on the assist by T. And now that's 35 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Paul against T. Nene, the screen. Paul kicks to Harden. Harden missing again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Towns, the screen. Wiggins outside. He dishes it to Towns. Timberwolves passing it around. A nice shot by Teague.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Harden, that's good.
He can finish with force or finesse. The beard does it all.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Towns. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
What's up, gentlemen?
So it's the Rockets now. It's a 13-point game. And here is Green. Johnson the screen, jacks up a 3, and James Harden with the 3.
But you got to D up Harden from the perimeter early. I mean, if you don't, he will make you pay dearly.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance.